What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another EU4 time lapse, and today's video comes to us courtesy of Carlos Contreras, who left the comment, swap France and Korea. So that's exactly what we've done. One of the reasons these two countries are a great swap is because, well, the map looks the exact same. But I promise, as you can see, this truly is France, and this truly is Korea. And with that, let's take a look. Early on, it's going to be interesting to see here if France and Korea are able to control their territory. Korea, I cannot remember if I gave them France's vassals. I don't believe that I did. And France, it'll be interesting to see if, well, they do anything. I'm pretty sure that they just became a tributary of Ming, but I honestly can't remember. I didn't check this video all that much while it was recording, so this is one of the blindest that I've done in one. I'm not 100% certain at all what is going to happen here. It does seem like Burgundy is taking advantage of France not existing and appears to be eating up some of the former territory of France, and then it appears that England was kicked out of Europe by Korea. Now that could be an interesting matchup of England and Korea, because Korea is kind of known for their ships. They have ideas that give them boost to their naval power and whatnot, and it'll be interesting to see if they're able to compete with the English in a way that the rest of the Europe kind of isn't able to. Ming is being kind of expansive and still exists almost 100 years into the video, so I would consider that a win given how Ming does in like every video. The Ottomans are gone and they got eaten by Venice, I think. What is going on? Yeah, the Ottomans just got steamrolled by seemingly everyone. And there's the good old Ming we know and love as they begin to fall apart, and we will see who is the power that comes out of the inevitable mess that is the collapse of Ming. The Oirat are doing quite well for themselves so far. It'll be interesting if they're able to take advantage, and maybe we see Yuan form. Probably not, as I believe they just lost territory to Uzbek. Muscovy has eaten Novgorod, and Korean France is doing quite well for themselves. They appear to be unifying that French region, and French Korea has completely been defeated by Japan. Once they lost that protection that was Ming, there was nothing that they could do in the Asian theater that they were put in. Oh my goodness, that Hungary is huge. That's crazy. They completely, Poland, except for that tiny, Poland has become the Teutonic Order, basically. Something is happening to Denmark. I'm not 100% certain, but something weird is going on up there. England appears to be expanding their holdings in France as they are sort of abusing that Korea that we dropped into the middle of Europe. In the rest of the world, we've got the Mamluks appear to be expanding south. Ethiopia is holding on to the Horn of Africa, but it'll be interesting to see if they continue to hold that. As far as the colonial game, it appears that Portugal is doing the vast majority of the colonialism, with England starting to colonize in the northeast and Spain colonizing in the Mexico region. Russia's expanding across Siberia, and it'll be interesting to see. Oftentimes, they appear to take advantage of a weakened China, and once again, that is what we have. So there's going to be a lot of territory over there for them to just take. I believe Greece is existing slightly. They appear to be falling, but I'm not sure what. We just had Bukhara form. That was kind of cool to just see that pop, and that green, which is now pushing back on Russia. That's weird. Is Norway the one that took Denmark? And is that, oh my goodness, Korea is invading England. What are we seeing? Korea is unifying France and invading England, and Finland came out of nowhere to take Sweden and push Norway. Russia just collapsed. There was countries popping out everywhere from Russia there. What is going on in Europe? Europe is just falling apart. Asia's going exactly as you'd expect because, well, nothing really changed. There we go. Korea's now falling apart. I didn't expect them to be able to hold for that long. I'm not even really sure what it was that gave them the ability to even push into England. That Bukhara is massive. Completely destroyed. Russia is almost gone. The Great Horde is actually making a pretty great comeback. That's Karaman. Is interesting to see Karaman be successful. Are we going to see the Sultanate of Rum? Unlikely, but they did just appear to take territory from the Mamluks. Although I do think that they would need to take territory from Hungary, and that might be difficult. But Karaman is doing quite well for themselves. Finland has managed to nearly form Scandinavia, and I really hope they don't, because seeing Finland still there is just amazing. And England is gone. Is that Wales? Wales is controlling England, and Scotland appears to have made a comeback. I'm not sure what's going on with the English Isles, but that is definitely something that we're gonna have to take a look at, because there's weird stuff going on over there. Poland does still exist. They're very small. Lithuania is managing to take advantage of a weakened Rum. We've got Rum. Oh my goodness. The AI just formed Rum as Karaman. What in the world am I witnessing? That's crazy. What? Also, that Bengal is huge. Seeing that Persian Rum border is just so nice. What happened? We gotta take a look. So in Europe, it appears that eventually there were French rebels who got their independence from Korea and then were able to take back chunks of France that were Korean. But don't worry, because Korea still exists in England, neighboring Wales. This Finland is beautiful. I cannot believe the AI formed Rum as Karaman. Absolutely cannot believe it. That's amazing. These two countries of Yaka and Mutapa are big. India never really unified with Bahamas, Malwa, and Delhi. Bengal just left and took everything else. Hey, look at Korea got back part of Korea while still being in England. Mamluks colonized Australia, so that happens like every other game. These weird little lightish brown pink spots in all of these Portuguese colonies, yeah, that's the Dutch. I love that both Russia and Novgorod exist at the end, and neither of them control like any of the stuff they're supposed to. Hey, I found Ming. Religiously, the Catholics did really well for themselves in Europe. I mean, they lost France and England. That fetish is very powerful in Africa. We got a strong Shinto game as well. Seeing fetish as the dominant religion in Africa is pretty cool. Culturally, not a huge difference. I did not change the cultures of the two regions to begin with, and neither of the countries took the opportunity to culture convert the regions in which they are put into, so France is still French and Korea is still Korean. Dynastically, the western part of this map is almost devoid of dynasties. Europe does not have many, some smaller ones in Germany and France and Scotland, but not a ton of dynasties. Asia, we're still seeing a bunch of dynasties, including the Ashikaga still existing, and the Timurids leading Bukhara. Developmentally, about what we would expect. I would have hoped to see Finland be able to be a little bit more developed than that, and really outside of the normal hub of Europe, not a whole bunch was done to develop. Even those sort of the New World colony province areas there, not very developed at all. And finally, we've got the great powers of the world. In first place is Revolutionary Spain with 3,370 development, followed by Revolutionary Portugal with 2,439. Bengal with 1,714, and Revolutionary Hungary with 1,412. Mutapa's got 1,382, Japan 921, Persia with 853 development, and in 8th place is Lithuania with 802 development. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Do make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really does help the channel. So we're on the push to 1,000. We've slowed down a little bit lately, but I know that you guys can get it rolling again. So make sure to subscribe. We've got like 400 subscribers to go. Let's get it done. I'll see you guys in the next one. Wreath out.